General Assembly with a map of Israel that had removed all references to Palestine. A clear declaration of intent to destroy the Palestinian people and steal all of their land. 6,000 Palestinians killed between 2008 before October the 7th. Thousands of Palestinians hostage in administrative detention without trial. When are you going to move beyond words of concern and impose sanctions and expel the Israeli ambassador of this apartheid murderous state?
Hi, I'm Diane Macedo. We are coming on the air with breaking news. Multiple people are dead after a shooting at a Dallas ICE field office this morning. I spoke with Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons just moments ago. Here's what he had to say about the situation.
It appears to be a sniper from an elevated position. Initially, 3 individuals were shot. We do have multiple fatalities. All ICE agents and officers at the location are accounted for right now. It's still an active scene. From what we know, the shooter died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Dallas Police Department and the Texas Department of Public Safety have been great help to secure the scene. So it's still active right now in the sense that we're still trying to learn more why this happened, anyone else is involved, and just really securing the area and making sure our people are safe.
The Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said in a statement that the shooter's motive is unknown. The director says it appears the suspect shot from a sniper position.
A few weeks ago, I asked Dallas-based US doctor Umar Birni, who was in Gaza when we spoke, if what he was seeing there was the worst humanitarian crisis of his career. He answered, probably close to, before then citing his trip to Sudan 3 months earlier as the worst thing he'd ever seen. And I know it's hard to imagine that what is happening in Sudan rivals the ugliness of what's happening in occupied Gaza. But what's really terrifying to know is that this is all happening in Sudan away from the media and social media spotlights. After the country's plunge into civil war in 2023, with fighting breaking out between the country's military and a powerful militia known as the Rapid Support Forces, or RSF, the situation for people on the ground went from bad to dangerous to outright despicable. From extrajudicial killings to imprisonment to torture, more than 30 million people in Sudan urgently need humanitarian assistance, according to the United Nations. That's more than half of the country's population. Cities like Al-Fasher, the state capital of Darfur, have endured over a year of siege by the RSF. A year. But it's not just bullets and bombs genociding the people of Sudan, it's also starvation. In a city like Tawila in northern Darfur, people survive with an average of just 3 litres of water per day, which is less than half the emergency minimum threshold of 7.5 litres needed per person per day. Elsewhere, people have resorted to eating animal feed as a means of survival. Oh, and last December, a famine was declared by the same people at the IPC who just declared a famine in Gaza. For far too long, we, the West, the media, all of us, have forgotten the people of Sudan. Joining me now in studio to discuss what some are calling the forgotten war, the forgotten genocide, is Nemat Ahmadi, leader of the Darfur Women Action Group. And joining me remotely is Nesreen Malik, an award-winning British Sudanese columnist with The Guardian. Thank you both for coming on Mehdi Unfiltered. Let me start with you, Nemat. I'm assuming you still have family, friends, communities back in Sudan. How are they faring right now? How are they doing?
Unfortunately, I can't even begin to describe how they're doing. As you mentioned, Al-Fasher has been under siege for more than a year. People are left with nothing. As I speak to you, people are dying in silence. We have family, we have relatives, we have friends, people we know. People are trapped, suffering hunger, lack of water, lack of access to health, and all survival means because of precisely the rapid support forces cut the city off, prevented fuel from entering into Al-Fasher, preventing food, and even those who ventured to flee on foot were killed and raped. I have an aunt who has been sick for well over a year, and she couldn't leave. So my other aunt remained because they cannot leave her behind because she can't walk. This is simply one person, but many more. Their stories are horrifying.
It is horrifying just hearing you speak about what's happening. Nisreen, you and I spoke over a year ago about the situation in Sudan. Back then, you told me that it was very hard to get information out from Sudan to paint just how bad things are. How bad have things gotten a year later? Is it any easier to get information or news out of Sudan?
It's easier, but also harder, because the theater of war has expanded so dramatically in Sudan over the past year. And I actually can't believe it's been a year since we spoke. Two things have shifted. One is the capital city, Khartoum, has been liberated from the RSF, which means that there's much more information arising from Khartoum and sort of broader parts of eastern Sudan and the regions of Al Jazeera, to which people are now returning. So there's more information, much more information, and much more transparency about what went down basically under the siege of the RSF over the past, say, year and a half. And horrific stories are emerging from there, and the circumstances that people lived in for so long and the terror under which they survived under the reign of the RSF. So there's parts of Sudan for which there is much more information, much more access. Lots more journalists have been allowed in and have come back and given us a sort of apocalyptic description of what went down in the capital city. But then there are other parts of Sudan to which Samat alluded to, which are completely blockaded. All that we get are snippets of social media, videos. People have taken videos sort of undercover, under huge risk, to bring us these stories. And so even the kind of patchiness of the information that we're getting in is creating a fractured and inconsistent view of what the war is. People are seeing refugees returning to parts of Sudan. Something like 500,000 people have returned to Khartoum, I think, in the month of July alone. And so it looks like life is sort of semi-returning to normal in some parts, but in other parts, it's a total crucible of suffering, starvation, fear, and killings. And so that profile of information is also making it difficult to communicate a clear thematic story for the world's attention to be galvanized around.
Liking this video? Then don't just watch, hit like, share, and subscribe.
Money isn't what you think it is. It's not paper. It's not numbers. It's control. When I became president, I thought I held the most power in the world. But then I sat in a room with men who weren't elected, who owned banks, oil, and media. They smiled at me like I was a guest in their house. And that's when I realized presidents come and go, capital stays, every major war, every economic crash, every sudden boom. It wasn't just luck or policy. It was orchestrated by families whose names you'll never hear on the news. You wonder why the rich keep getting richer? Because the game was written for them. And the rest of us, we're just players on their board. Ask yourself, why does 1% own more than the other 99 combined? Why can't we vote out billionaires? Why do lobbyists write laws? Because money isn't just currency, it's a weapon sharper than any sword, stronger than any army. And here's the scariest part, they don't need permission, they don't need applause. While you're working 9 to 5, they're deciding the price of your food, your rent, even your future. So the next time you think it's just money, remember, money rules the rulers. I'm Barack Obama, and let me tell you something nobody dares to say out loud. America isn't really run from the White House. Yeah, I was the president, but even I had doors slammed in my face, meetings where billionaires walked in, and suddenly I realized the real power wasn't in the Oval Office, it was in their checkbooks. Every law, every healthcare bill, every so-called freedom you enjoy, there's always a lobbyist, a corporation, a boardroom deciding how much of it you actually get. And trust me, I saw it firsthand. You wonder why insulin costs hundreds of dollars, why your wages haven't grown in decades. It's not an accident, it's a design. But because when families are struggling, the elite gets stronger. So here's the truth. The system was never built for you to win. But if you know the game, if you refuse to stay silent, you can break it. And maybe, just maybe, that's the story America still hasn't written yet.
Yes, you listen to the former president there, United States President Barack Obama, telling you about life as a president. Okay, we are now joined by Mr. Dabdu, and he is a Jamaican, but his ancestors, his family, are from Lebanon. Yes, his ancestors are people who are being slaughtered by the Israelis as we speak. Good evening, Mr. Dabdu.
Hi, good evening,
yes, sir.
Mr. Richard and listeners. Actually, just a correction. My ancestors are from Palestine.
Palestine.
From the West Bank of Palestine.
Right. That is the area right now that is being, the Israelis are driving away the people to take it over.
Right. That's been going on from the 1930s, 1920s.
Right.
And continue.
Yes. Mr. Dabdu, the United Nations are meeting right now. Do you expect any action from that body as it relates to Gaza?
No, I don't expect to see anything, to be honest. Just more talk and talk and talk, like what we've been seeing the last few days, and symbolic gestures.
Yes.
Nothing concrete that's going to change life on the ground for the people.
Yes, and that is what we want. We have heard enough talk. Over the weekend, last weekend, I saw what I consider to be a progressive move, where UK, Australia, and Canada recognize the Palestinian state.
Right.
Yes, I think that was a positive move. But what we would like to hear from these countries now, these three countries, if they will impose sanctions and break diplomatic relations with Israel, that would be a step further.
I agree with you, but I would disagree on one part, which is, I don't want to say the move is progressive. It is progressive for countries like Canada, UK, and France,
yes,
who have been colonizers and oppressors themselves for centuries. So for them it is progressive. For the average human being who has certain inalienable rights, they didn't need the British or the French or the Canadians to recognize them. They were recognized from they were born.
Yes.
So I don't intend to flatter the British or the Canadian or anybody for that matter for recognizing an inalienable right.
Yes.
For recognizing, especially the British who created this mess. I don't think that it is something we should praise them for. They're just catching up with humanity.
Yes.
They haven't caught up yet, but they're catching up.
All right.
And thank God Jamaica recognized before these big countries.
Mm. Yes.
So I am not sharing the view that it is progressive, to be very honest.
All right. Okay. All right. But yes, what we are seeing now, we are seeing that Israel. I know that I observed that even that move that you said is not the move by UK, Australia, and Canada. I observed that the Israeli Prime Minister was furious.
Yes.
And he has indicated from a long time that his aim is to destroy the Palestinians. Now, I am sure that you and I have spoken about this already, but from a CARICOM perspective, what do you think we should be doing? The CARICOM region.
But I think what you said earlier, I agree with you 100.
Yes.
Should not be just calling on France and Britain to sever ties with them and impose sanctions. We should be doing the same. We did it with the South Africa thing.
Yes.
And just to give you some updates from on the ground, I don't know if listeners would be aware. Each time any country does anything remotely close to indicating a support for the Palestinian liberation movement, Israel imposes more pressure on the ground on the people. Them turn the screws. So let me just give you a few examples. If you recall, about a year ago, Belgium came out with a very strong statement. The next day, they bombed the Belgian mission in Gaza, killed people.
Yes.
And this thing now, when France, Britain, and Canada recognize Palestine, they shut down the West Bank. It's not even in the news. I'm just giving you first-hand from on the ground.
Yes.
The entire West Bank, you cannot come out of it. They have locked it down like how they locked down Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, for 20 years, they made Gaza open air prison. They have done the same. There's a young lady there who was leaving or trying to leave the school. She got a scholarship to go to school in Europe. The soldiers, when she tried to leave at the border, took her passport and burnt it with her British visa. So what they do is they turn the screws. Anytime support is given, they tighten up. And they said it. If you recall, when the U.S. Secretary of State was there last week, he said it is. He says there will be implications. And we're going to take action. I don't think them don't take action yet.
Yes.
I think them just warming up.
Mm. And we saw last week where a clear indication that Israel is not interested in a peace, because they went to Qatar and bombed the building where the peacemakers, the Palestinian peacemakers, were supposed to be.
Right, but if you follow this thing again, every time over the last 8 years, every time Palestinians and them talking about peace, they kill the Palestinian negotiators.
Yes.
And then they tell you, I don't have nobody to talk peace about.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to.
Yes.
It is the Palestinians who have nobody to discuss peace with.
Yes, yes.
The man has said it straight and saying, like you said, he intends to not have a Palestinian state. I don't know who he thinks he is to be making those declarations. He has no basis. Nobody has any basis. The people of Palestine declare their own state. They have certain rights that nobody can take away from them, and that is the whole root cause of this struggle.
Yes, yes.
That they are being stripped of their rights, being stripped of their homeland, and that is the whole issue that is confronting them now.
Yes. Mr. Labdu, what looking down the road, what do you see?
Well, I have always said that the two-state solution was a waste of time. It was a capitulation by the Palestinian leaders to have a two-state solution. Because what it effectively was, and what it was very simple. Let's just use an example. Cubans come to and take over Jamaica, and them start to have dispute. And the Cubans more powerful than us, and them have the whole rest of the world backing them. And they say, all right, you live over the west, we live over the east. And we Jamaicans say, all right, and we agree to it. That was stupid. Why am I agreeing to give up my home where I've lived for centuries? Anyway, they did that. And since that day, Israel has, as you know, continued to expand into the areas that was supposed to be the Palestinian side for a state, remember?
Yes.
And they keep setting up settlements and everything. So on the ground, there can be no Palestinian state because it's all Israelis over the place, and they ill-treat the Palestinians, they kill them, they rape them, they torture them. I mean, it's all over the news. It's not rocket science or anything that we're inventing. We see it in the news. But as a result of all of that, I think the Israelis wanted to kill the two-state solution, and they have killed the two-state solution, but in my view, it's going to kill the existence of a Jewish state in Israel, because they cannot continually have occupation of Palestine forever. And someday it will come to an end. Someday they will have to either annex, which is what they're saying now, or cede the territory. They are saying they are going to annex. If they annex the territory, Palestinians then become sovereigns of the state of Israel, don't it?
Yes.
What happens then? Are they going to continue the apartheid system? Because at that point, the one argument they have why they say it's not apartheid, they say that Palestinians are not Israelis. They are living under occupation.
Yes.
But if they turn them into Israeli citizens, you have no discussion about apartheid anymore. And I don't think, as bad as the rest of the world is, that they could accept a situation like that to continue. Mm-hmm. That's what I think at some point, maybe not in our lifetime,
yes,
but at some point, there's going to be a one-state solution.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. And well, if that comes to pass, then we are going to. Let me ask you. If what you said, if that materializes,
right,
then what is going to that will be a perpetual acrimony, because the Palestinians are not Israelis.
No, but they may make them, if they annex, they will have to make them eventually Israeli citizens with equal rights.
Yes.
How are they going to escape that? That is what I'm saying. How are they going to escape that? They'll have to make them if they dare to annex the land.
Mm. Right. Now let us see if that.
But this thing could come to an end long ago if more and more countries are speaking out against Israel. The important countries to do so are the countries that came out of oppression, slavery, and colonialism. And a lot of them have stepped forward. The Caribbean, in particular, has been weak.
Yes,
You saw what Jamaica voted last week, don't you? You know, there was a vote at the UN last week.
But Jamaica didn't participate in that.
No, they didn't vote. No. They did nothing.
No.
Typical of this Holiness administration. That's very cowardly.
Yes.
No principle, unable to take a stand. Trying to walk between the raindrops.
Mm-hmm. And don't you believe that the reaction so far from the CARICOM leaders my impression is that they are fearful of retribution from the White House.
I don't know if they are fearful, because there's just so much retribution that can happen. Right? I think the White House is more afraid of China than anything else. Mm-hmm. And the Chinese approach to countries like Jamaica and stuff allow us safety net. Mm-hmm. They allow us a safety net. Is there risk involved? Of course there is going to be risk involved. But nobody never said to go to war with the US or war with the Israelis. But take a principled approach.
Yes, of course. That's what we are asking for.
Just take a principled approach. It's not difficult.
We cannot stand by and sanction the killing of human beings that is happening in Palestine right now.
Well, the UN itself has declared a genocide.
Yes.
The UN itself. So I don't understand what they are up to at all.
Yes. Well, Mr. Dabdu, let us see what is going to happen as we continue to watch this devastation. I want to thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
And I appreciate it.
Let us say the struggle continues.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much too, sir.
All the best to your listeners.
Yes.
Thanks.
Well, that's the end of Eyes on the World for this evening. And as we say, this is where you get what you don't see or hear on traditional media.
Imagine a world where information is power, where news meets insight. This is Eyes on the World, your personal lens. We are watching with you. Stay informed, stay curious, get the world's stories reported to you. Eyes on the World, your perspective.
No matter what you do, you know say that we can't stop. We stand up and salute now to the yellow, the green, the black. I make them know say that we want this mystic. The world is for your taking, and giving up is the only crime. Now written on the pages of history, this is your moment, this is your time. Now we know it's not an easy road. Trio block, another roadblock. We gotta carry the load.
party, 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 party.
Here come the black and the green and the gold. Control, control, giving everything we got. Hot, hot, hot.
They keep on putting we to the test bar. Us to fail the big tremendous success. Therefore, my brethren, we got to do our best. Whether not south, east, or west. Yeah, 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 yeah. Rise up, rise up. Stand and take your place. Shine like the sun. Your journey has just begun. Rise up, rise up. Stand like the blaze. Rule your destiny.
Can't even walk without you holding my hand. I thought number one would surely be me. I thought I could be what I wanted to be. I thought of myself as a mighty big man, but I can't even walk without you holding my hand. Thank you, Jesus. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. The mountains too high and the valleys too wide. On my knees, I've learned to stay. That I can't even walk without you holding my hand. Help me, Jesus. Ah, yeah. Oh, Lord, yeah. Oh, yeah. I thank God I made Jesus my one and all. From now on this day, I'm surely gonna call. And if I don't trust it, I'd be less than a man. Cause I can't even walk without you holding my hand. Oh Lord, can't even walk without you holding my hand. The mountain's too high and the valley is too wide. Down on my knees, I've learned to stay. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. Thank you, Jesus, for all you have done for me right now. You've been so good to me. I thought number one would surely be me. I thought I could be what I wanted to be. I thought of myself as a mighty big man, but I can't even walk without you holding my hand. Like me, Father, can't even walk without you holding my hand. The mountain is too high and the valley is too wide. Down on my knees, I've learned to stay. Can't even walk without you holding my hand. Lord have mercy, can't even walk without you holding my hand. The mountain's too high and the valley is too wide. Down on my knees, I've learned to stay. Can't even walk without you holding my hand.
So right now, I just got me a deal with that. So what I want, my friend George Brooks?
Why, Richard Steven, with us there I give the Almighty praises.
And the best thing that, cause when I remember just where I am coming from
To where I'm standing now,
I fell to my knees in praise of your you are. I won't be ungrateful to you, my Lord. I know that this world is all in your hands. We are your children, and so we give you praise. Oh, Father, you know I love you. You touch my heart, my soul with your mercy. I thank you, my Lord, for all you've done for me. You bless my life in so many ways. Father, I love in so many ways. Oh, Lord. So when I remember just where I'm coming from, hey, to where I'm standing now, fell to my knees in praise of your name. Thanking you, Lord, every step of the way. Oh, Father, you know I love you. You touch my heart, my soul with your mercy. I thank you, my Lord, for all you've done for me. You bless my life in so many ways. Oh, I will never ever leave you out. I won't be ungrateful to you, my Lord. I know that this world is all in your hands. We are your children, and so we give you praise. Oh, Father, you know I love you.
Yes, well, thanks to all my listeners and viewers for today. Yes, and remember, you can get the show, you can watch the show, today's show on YouTube. Yes, remember that. Thanks to my technical operator, Kevin. And remember, we are urging all users of the roads to be careful. Too many accidents. Lives are lost. And yes, the murder numbers are down, and we are thankful for that. But the gunmen, the killings are out there, the killers are out there. Yes. So stay safe until Friday. This is Rebel Radio. I am Desmond Richards.
It's the Everybody Sale at New Budget Supplies. Do-it-yourself professionals and contractors. This is the sale for you. Lumber, steel, dress and form ply, water tanks, pumps, PVC pipes and fittings, toilets, bathtubs, vanities and basins, windows, paint, doors, floor and wall tiles, thin sets and grout. Up to 20% off selected items. 195 Hagley Park Road. Telephone 923-4560. New Budget Supplies. Always the best prices.
Tools, hardware, and supplies is holding up the heat this summer with their super savings summer sale. Prices are slashed on everything you need to fix up your home. Beautiful tiles, sleek doors, top quality windows, modern sanitary ware, exclusive flooring, and more. At Tools, Hardware and Supplies, we have you covered for the summer.
So come visit us at 279 Spanish Town Road, 4 South Camp Road, 8 Red Hills Road,
or online at toolsja.com.
Tools!
The Lion King of Hardware.
And vibes, and through it all there's a glow inside. Let's keep our shine alive.
From the market to the factory floors, from the hillside green to golden shores,
we're reaching heights, our energy that lights the sky.
JPS, powering what matters.